This is Leigh. I really love dancing with Leigh. She's predominantly a follow and she's super communicative when she's dancing, so it gives you a lot of ideas, a lot of things to play with.
This is Nick. He does zany, crazy dancing, but it always feels amazing.
You see it in the swing scene a lot of people who like to think process-wise about dancing and about life. And so you see people start to diagnose dancing and what it means and how it works and all of these things. So that thought pattern I think is necessary for a teacher. So that started pretty early on for me, and I got a lot of different flavours from different people, and trying to process all these different sources of information means that you have to start thinking about how you present that. What does it mean to me? And all of a sudden you've got this foundation of a teaching mindset. It's a pretty natural progression once you get some more experience and there's people around you with less experience that you start trying to share with them, and that's what I did.
I got introduced to swing dancing on a lazy weekend away with friends. One of my friends did dancing and tried to get us to do some Charleston. It failed, then told us to come along to classes, so we did. I had been dancing almost a year. Some of the previous teachers were stepping back and getting about their everyday life. There was space, so I got asked to teach, and I came on as a cadet. To show the possibilities. A lot of people haven't grown up doing a lot of dancing as much as it used to be, so showing that they can interact with another human and it's entirely appropriate and they can make things happen that they didn't think was possible. So many people come in saying they have 2 left feet and they can't do anything, they don't have any rhythm, and at the end of one class they can actually dance to music and it's not painful. And seeing that on their face, I think that kind of moment where they get and they're like, I could do this, is pretty exciting.
The number one thing I hope to do teaching is to inspire people to learn something, to be more than what they are when they come in. I feel that you can't teach people how to dance. You can create opportunities where they can teach themselves how to dance, and I think the more you can inspire them, the more that happens. The best experiences I've had as a teacher so far have been probably penny drop moments where you see a student who's maybe struggling with an idea, and it might be across a class or across several months. The moment where you see this, like, the eyes light up and all the pieces plug into place and the thing becomes a functional piece for them, and all the little things that have plugged along the way form a whole, and you see them go, oh, that's nice. We're doing a workshop coming up shortly. It's going to be called Bedevil Your Lead. It's an execution of an idea where I'd like to see follows having more impetus into a dance.
Yeah, it's fun being able to influence the dance, especially in a really subtle way that your partner may not realizing you're influencing them.
The dream that I want, that we have envisaged for this, is that we want to separate leads and follows, and we tell the follows something and we tell the leads something and we get them to dance it back together. And I want the moment of the leads, like a point of confusion where they're like, did I lead that? Yeah, no, it worked really well, I must have led that. Where actually it was the follow that made it happen.
I'm kind of nervous at the moment, thinking about, are people going to turn up? What are we working on? Have I had enough practice? Am I in the right headspace? And then on the day, yeah, I don't want people to hate me. And then on the day, it's kind of like, well, I've done all the prep I can do. This is it.
I was really tired at the end of the workshop. And then we had to do a video recap of the whole thing.
Yeah, I could not remember what we'd taught, and I was just trying to get through that. I think I was a bit more nervous at the end of the class than I was at the start. Just going, did we cover everything? Was that the best way we could have done it? Did we miss anything out? did they have a good time? Because everyone else was tired as well, so everyone was really quiet. So it was kind of that, did you have fun? And no one wanted the extra move. They all just wanted to go straight to recap.
Yeah. So our goal originally was to get, especially Leeds, to be like, I don't really know if I led that or if it just happened, but it worked really well, and I don't know why. I think there was some glimpses of that around the room.
It felt pretty good. There was kind of a wall that did get hit at one point where people were a bit overwhelmed with some of the things. We had given a lot of information, but I think that was around when we had the big break.
Yeah.
So people were able to recharge and got back into it after that. Yeah, everyone was very focused for a lot of it.
That's made us really happy.
And lots of questions of, can you come over and help with this? So that was pretty cool. It was a lot more interactive in that sense than most other classes.
And I think all you can really ask for in anything like that is for people to be engaged. And if they're engaged for the duration of that quite long 3.5 hours, then that feels really good for us, trying to give content. If people are like, yeah, okay, I think I get it, I'll have a crack at that.
I had a few people asking if we're doing it again. So that's a pretty good sign. It's like, we're just getting through this one. Like, do your class prep beforehand, prep how you're going to count, prep how you're going to call things, prep what songs you're going to use, and then the class can be enjoyable rather than you being like, oh, it's been 20 minutes and I haven't rotated again. The simple stuff prepped so that when you're in class you can focus on the class.
I think the best thing anyone's told me about teaching is actually from a guy who did Buddhism, which is you need to teach from a place of selflessness. It's very, very, very easy to get your ego entwined in teaching. Whereas if you can truly teach from a place of selflessness, it becomes 100% about the student. It becomes about the student's journey. It's not about you proving your journey. For myself, that's probably going to be an everlasting, eternal journey that I need to deal with.